Season 6 of Omnihero is here. Let's check out the sneak peek. So, this season is called Tree of Life. There are 4 new heroes in Season 6, and as usual, there should be 3 royal heroes and 1 non-royal heroes. So, they give us some like hints of their abilities, but this is not the real descriptions, I believe. So the first one is King of Night, Arthur. So okay, they didn't win with female Arthur because there's like one vote in the past they gave us some survey, and one is like normal Arthur and the other one is like corrupted Arthur, and there's also a vote for the female Arthur. Like they didn't win with that and they didn't corrupt him. So this is just a basic version of Arthur. Yeah. And he's a Doomsayer. When an enemy applies debuff to an ally, such as attack reduction, Arthur will trigger Reflect, sending the debuff back to the enemy. So this is pretty good. I mean, like, this is okay. Because this is not just to counter heroes with debuff like Talanus. This is also like generally pretty useful because in the Sage's Tomb, you can like for the ethereal one, whenever your unit land a critical strike, it has 50% chance to apply 1 stack of defense reduction. So even if the enemy doesn't have heroes that apply a lot of debuff, then there's still utility for it because from the effect of Sage's Tome, every heroes will like every team will have like at least 1 or 2 ways to apply debuff to the enemy team, and Arthur can reflect that debuff, and that could be pretty good. So the next hero is Gaia. She's a mystifier, and she increases the damage dealt and reduces the damage taken based on the number of corrode stack on the battlefield. When corrode stack reaches 100, Gaia will become immune to all damage. So this is pretty hard to achieve. Actually, it's not impossible to achieve currently because, like, I mean, at least in the normal game mode, because corrode stack to like it's stacked to 5 times by default. So it doesn't say it here, like corrode stack to 5 times by default. No, it doesn't say it here. But yeah, corrode stack to 5 times by default. And when Dulahan is deployed, the limit of corrode stack increased by 5. And Emily also have a same like passive ability, which means that at maximum your team can apply 15 stack of corrode on all enemies, and there's 5 enemies, and there's you can only apply like 75 stack of corrode. But I believe this is implied in the description that maybe Gaia will have the ability to increase the number of corrode stack. So like the limit of corrode stack, and that can exceed 100. But the problem with Gaia is that there's too many ways to deny the corrode stack. So one way we just see is that if the enemy had Arthur, then like the debuff is getting reflected back to like Gaia's team, and that's really bad. But even if they don't have Arthur, like a very standard synergy that's activated by a lot of team is the 2 Celestial synergy. And for once the Celestial, they gain some attack and crit chance. And for two Celestial, when any units die, purify all debuff on the allies and dispel all buffs from all enemies. And yeah, so then you can't have the whenever you kill an enemy, then the number of crow stack will reset to 0, and this won't apply. But again, like this description is not a full description, so we can't predict for sure. But judging from what we have here, I think Gaia is pretty underwhelming. Like not underwhelming. she's pretty hard to play, and maybe in some PvP content, she's actually pretty good. I mean, like in PvE content, because the boss maybe they don't have the ability to purify corrode, and then you will have a invincible Gaia, and that can that can also increase the damage dealt by allies. And the third hero is ruler of the underworld, Elisha, and she's ethereal. Also, a funny thing is that the right here they misspell like ruler. It's Euler of the underworld, Elisha. Yeah. So when an ally lands a critical hit, Elisha will stun the target, rendering them unable to attack. Yeah, you don't need to like they're explaining things that doesn't need to explain, and for the like confusing part, they are just missing information. I don't know why. Like they okay, never mind. So basically, like you don't need to talk about on the like what does stun mean because we can go to the description here to find out what stun means. Like we can go to Talenus, and here we'll have the description, and we have stun. A control effect that cannot be purified immobilizes the target. We have the definition of stun. You don't need to waste your precious space, like explaining what does stun mean, but you don't have like description to like have to just say all their ability. Like yeah, okay, never mind. Okay, the stun duration can accumulate when triggered multiple times. So this is ethereal, and this effect I think is pretty strong because for the ethereal players, the reasons they are playing so ethereal people say it's not a good synergy right now, and they are probably right. But for people who still playing ethereals, they usually have a really strong Eudora like this one, but you don't need to have it like 13 stars. This is a overkill. So a good Eudora is you have legendary exclusive room and skin ideally, and 8 star is enough. That's my opinion because all you need to do is activate all her synergy and have the her casting the blazing melody, which is her ultimate multiple times, and her ultimate launch attack 10 times against random enemies. So this is a multi-instance damage. Each instant can crit, and when crit and you are paired with Elisha, then Elisha will stun the target. The good thing is if the target is already stunned, like the stun duration can accumulate when critical hit is applied again. So this is really good. It might stun a unit for 3 rounds. So like multiple critical strike won't be wasted, and the stun duration will extend. So I think this is a really strong effect, especially paired with Eudora. And right now, the only way to play Ethereal is if you have Eudora. If you don't have Eudora, then you can play other synergy because right now other synergy are pretty good too. All right, I think Diao Chan uh, is the non-royal hero because her ability is actually uh, it's the least fancy of all four. So I think she might be the non-royal hero, which is pretty good because actually, if you look at Avengers, there are a lot of really good non-royal heroes such as Mavis, Persephone is okay, and Selene is really good. Maybe you can build a like a non-royal Avengers team. So this team will be really good for new player and old player. It's good for new player because non-royal heroes are cheaper and they're easy to get. And for old players, they might have like a lot of accumulated copies, which can allow them to awaken them and unlock the Lightseeker synergy. So you can have a Lightseeker Avengers team, and that could be fun. And since you need a lot of team in the World Arena game mode, like at the highest level, you will need 9 teams here. So you can. It doesn't hurt to have a lot of teams. even if they are not the strongest team. Okay, so moving on from the heroes, like I said, this is not the full description, so we have to wait and see to see which one is good. This is just a sneak peek. Yeah, like the description. So I believe this is a new game mode. So new seraphic runes, the gameplay added, and chaotic space removed. Yeah, I really like this change. I don't like this chaotic space game mode because why is it chaotic? Like it doesn't make any sense. Like you can like why do people have to decide which path they go, but the impact is actually really small. So this is just meaningless decision that people have to go through this. And also, if it doesn't have this random pathing things, we can use auto clicker to help us progress. But now we can't because this is some random pathing. And yeah, I really like that they are removing chaotic space and replace it with hopefully something better. Yeah. So defeating guardian monster in the Seraphic Rune will reward you with relics. Each monster has unique traits, and the more damage you dealt, the better the reward. This update enhances the experience compared to the previous chaotic space stages. Yeah, hopefully it enhances stages. New seasonal talent tree gameplay added. Seasonal slate removed. Yeah, this is a pretty flavorful one because as we see here, it's like tree of life, and now they're introducing the talent tree. And yeah, this is a really good way to introducing new feature because I remember TFT, if you play that game before, like it's the League of Legends Auto Battler, they're introducing some new mechanic like during the set. Like in set six is based around the arcane, like the technology and stuff, and they introduced augment, and that's pretty cool. And the augment feature is kept around. Yeah, so basically this one it introduced a talent tree in the season of like tree. Yeah, so players can now obtain talent tree resources from seraphic runes, offer Masor um, a Masor rewarding. Is that a real word, or is it's just a typo? Yeah, I don't think that's a real word. So yeah, rewarding. Oh, I believe it's just a. It just means more, offering a more rewarding progression system compared to the previous slate, without the old drop rate issues. Yeah, I actually don't like synergy slate, to be honest, because it limits team building possibilities. Like now you have to build around this season synergy, but in the past you can actually mix up the synergy. Like uh, in normal gameplay, the optimal team usually is like three Glorian plus two uh, Valiant, for example. Like you can build some team like this, but in the season gameplay, those teams are nerfed, and the boring team like five Valianters and five Avengers, five Mystifier, they got buffed. So I think that's a bit boring, and it's more fun that if you can have like more team building possibility in the seasonal content as well. Yeah. So hopefully this is better. A new gameplay Seraphic Room will be added in season 6, and it has 8 different stages featuring various type of bosses. Each stage consists of 11 levels. Then challenging a boss, damage dealt to it will be recorded and accumulated. Once the accumulated damage reaches 100%, the boss will be defeated, allowing you to progress to the next level. Oh, so this is pretty cool. And yeah, you will get the artifact from the boss, and there are also the some good stuff like the Oracle summon. Different type of bosses have unique characteristic, such as can only be damaged by male heroes. That's gonna be really hard. There's not many male heroes here, and requiring different team composition to counter them. Yeah, this is actually pretty fun because maybe I mean it might be really unfun for some new players because they might not have enough heroes to get through all the stages. But we'll have to see because there's a chance they done it right and it's a really good game mode. Fighting in Cific Run can yield rewards such as Season 6 artifacts. Okay, the Hope Tree. A new gameplay Hope Tree will be added in Season 6. The synergy slate from Season 5 will be removed. And yeah, uh, upgrading different branch of the Hope Tree will grant various bonuses in Season 6, including stat boost and enhanced synergy effect. Materials upgrading the Hope Tree can be obtained from Dragon World, Clash Domain, and etc. Season Synergy. Uh, Glacians extend control effect, preventing enemy from taking action. This is a really not very fun synergy because the a really bad thing in video game is actually your team gets stunned and you don't get to do anything, and that's not very fun if it's too broken. And it's actually fun for the player who do the stun. Like it's fun for player who actually like permanently crowd control the opponent. But at some point they will lose their fun. Like it doesn't give them dopamine anymore, and it's just misery for the other player. So and the opponent will also learn this effect and also build a crowd control team, and then it's just misery for everyone. So I hope this is not too broken. Yeah, the other one is the Throne Binders, which is grants a powerful undying trait, making allies unit immune to death. Okay, these are the two new season synergy. So season 6 will introduce the two new season synergy, and the season synergy from season 5, Enigmas and Soul Eater, will be retired. Okay, season 6 season synergy Glacians. At start of the battle, all allies gain the chill effect. When allies attack, they have a chance to stun the target, rendering them from unable to. Yeah. Okay, whatever. So yeah, this like they will give your units chance to stun enemies when allies attack. This could mean like just basic attack, or it's just all abilities. Like if it's an AoE, it will stun all enemies. Yeah, this could be. Yeah, I think this could be. Attack usually means all ability because Mulan has the same phrase for the her burn effect. Yeah, so Mulan here, like it, Mulan and ally unit in same row enhance their attack with one stack of burn effect. So this attacks here means that all abilities. So like one combo for Mulan is get her and Leandra. So Leandra every round when a summon unit appears, she will cast her ultimate and her ultimate is AoE and that will apply burn to all enemies. So I think this could be a really good effect for heroes with AoE damage. And but we'll have to see what heroes has the synergy. They didn't tell us here, so we don't know what heroes has the Glacian synergy. Okay, So for the Stormbinders at the start of battle, allies gain the Vitality effect. When allies take damage, they have a chance to trigger invincibility, allowing them to become immune to the damage received. So basically, all allies gain an effect that's like Serafina. Okay, so Season 6 synergy, Galatians and Thronebinders can achieve optimal effect by deploying three heroes of the same synergy. They can also work alongside uh, other synergy, allowing both Season 6 Ethereals and Season 6 Galatians to be activated in the same team. Yeah, that's pretty good. And by upgrading Hope Tree, Omni Guardians can reduce the number of heroes required to activate synergy, making it possible to activate both Galatians and Thornbinders in the same team. Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting, but it might be broken. We'll see. We hope this allowed Omni Guardians to enjoy the benefit of season synergy without compromising the strength of their original team. Yeah, so it gives people the option to not use their brain to build new teams, which is good because not everyone want to like strategize and stuff. I think it's best if a game give you the option to do like fun and complicated strategy. Also, another way to play is just to use one team for all content. So I like this direction. So season artifacts. Based on Omni Guardian feedback, we have adjusted the season artifact, weakening the strengths of PvP artifacts while maintaining the strengths of PvE artifact. Yeah, this is pretty good. The PvP artifacts, they are too impactful, which is not fun because we want our old team to be good, like not just have one season. Everything is getting swinged by the PvP artifact, and the next season is gone. So yeah, the PvP artifact is a bit too good, like especially the one that allow you to immune to damage for the first three rounds. Yeah, yeah, I'm glad they're nerfing the PvP artifact. It's good that they keep them around, but it shouldn't be that good. Omni Guardians can now more easily complete PvE battles such as Rift Odyssey by upgrading the Hope Tree and PvE artifacts. The weakened PvP artifact will still provide some support in PvP game mode like World Arena, but they will not have the same decisive impact. Yeah, the impact is too decisive, that's the problem, as in previous season, ensuring the battle remains balanced. Yeah, this is good. Okay, feedback update. Based on the Omni Guardian feedback and actual combat performance, the following heroes has been buffed. Mystifier, Dullahan, and Bastet are buffed. Yeah, I don't think Dullahan needs buff, but okay. And Valianter is Victoria and Makara. Yeah, this is good. These two heroes are the weaker Valianters, and Makaria used to be really good, and now she's getting power creeped, which is like there's a lot of other better options. Now, yeah, hopefully she's better. And Ethereal is Katrina and Wukong. Yeah, Wukong is actually pretty good, but uh, yeah, why are they buffing Wukong? I guess they are still only playable with Eudora, and after the buff, I don't think they can be playable without Eudora because like Ethereal is just too dependent on Eudora. They they have to do some big changes to undone that. And the Glorians, Navi, and Wu Zetian, these are really broken heroes. Like, where is the actual comeback performance came from? I don't know. Maybe like some players they doesn't feel the impact of Wu Zetian, like how Dahlia is broken. So it's fine. the more unbalanced the game is, the easier it is, and my job is, because like now I can just put things in tier list. Like uh, for 1 second, I worry that the game will become balanced, and I will have to tell people like it depends on the situations. Like if this happens, then this hero is better, and if that happens, then you want this hero, and that's gonna complicate things. Now, like everything is more like the more unbalanced the game is, the better it is for me. But yeah, so they are not buffing Ashland, and Ashland is still trash, and yeah, so but anyway, so that means these heroes are better, especially yeah. In Avengers, they are buffing Althea. Althea is already like essential in Avengers team, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe they know something I don't. What? Yeah, whatever. Or they are judging the popu. They are using the stats from the top ranking. Yeah, but Macaria is popular. Yeah, I don't know why. So anyway, they didn't tell us how they buff these heroes, so we'll have to wait for the patch notes. Okay, they also reduced the number of initial uh, the number of teams in Clash Domain and Dragon War, and I actually like that because in Clash Domain the max number of team unlocked through season collection power will be reduced from 8 to 6. Because I don't know, like for myself, I really don't like planning for this team because there's no like immediate gratification. Like they're just statistic. It's like I deploy a team and then like every day on the battle will happens and I will be matched with either some like wild teams or like the team from enemy, and they will battle, and sometimes I match with really weak opponent, and like I don't get enough feedback. So this is kind of boring. So yeah, like one reason video game is fun is because we have immediate feedback, and this doesn't give immediate feedback, so this is not fun. And it's if it requires us to build 8 teams, it's just like more work. And like we're playing video game, we're charging money, we are recharging money in this game. Like why does it feel like work? If I work, I shouldn't be making money. So this I prefer they just remove the like Clash Domain and Dragon War and replace it with someone else, but like something else. But this is a step in right direction. So at least maybe if it's less things we need to do, we might like actually have fun with the game mode. I don't know. So yeah, uh, this is good change. I'd prefer they replace this game mode with something better, but this is also pretty good. Optimize experience in Dragon War. Reduce the skill effect of low level dragon. Like for example, the levels were immune to all magical damage after the update. They will change to reduce the magic damage received at a lower level. Yeah, this is pretty good. Like let's say for someone who just have a magic damage team and they just can't do anything to the dragon that's immune to all magic damage. And another thing is, um, I don't think a lot of players realize the effect of the dragon. So it's just more things they have to read, and they just don't have enough like willpower to read through that. Yeah. So the use rights of dragon summoning and blessing skill has been expanded from leader only to generals and captains. Yeah, this is pretty good because like I am the leader of one guild in my free-to-play account, and I didn't use it, so I wasted a lot of attempts. Like if the generals and captains had, they can use it. Maybe that won't happen. Yeah. the reward for the losing side have been increased, and the reward gap between winning and the losing guild will be narrowed. Yeah, so this is okay. So makes, but it makes people want to play the game mode less. Like people will care less about this game mode, which is fine because it's not fun. Like you don't want player to be forced to care about something that isn't interesting, and they will quit the game if it's way too boring and they are forced to do it. Yeah, so this is good, I think. The reward has been adjusted. It's mainly based on upgrading the resource of Hope Tree. Yeah, so this is another adjustment. So, okay, another update. The Oracle Shop will now include Mulan and Lancelot. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Mulan is a really good hero in a lot of game mode. She's surprisingly not that useful in PvP Mr. Fire Team because the Monarch synergy is really good in PvP, but in the because her damage is percentage max health, that means that she's really good in against bosses. Yeah, so you can save some Oracle coins to get Mulan. And yeah, I think she only need to be at 7 star because you are mostly using her for the. Actually, 8 star is still pretty good because she's a striker. Yeah, once you get Mulan to 8 star, you can stop getting Mulan, and because Dahlia should be next one, and Dahlia is really good. You know what? Maybe you can stop. You cannot get like don't get Mulan, and just wait for Dahlia. Yeah, that could be better. Yeah, so that's all for the patch. Not patch note. This is the sneak peek, and I believe patch note will appear later, and there will be more detail about the season. Yeah, so whatever the changes, new season is gonna be interesting because there's new stuff to play around, and yeah, hopefully the season is good. Yeah, it does look interesting. So I don't know the detail, but the vibe of the talent tree and the hope tree game mode like feels like it's gonna be better than what we already have. So yeah, that's it for the sneak peek and this video. Thank you for watching.